good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone out there. It's been quite a few days, everybody. I would like to first start off, like always, thanking my viewers and subscribers for viewing and subscribing to my channel. Um, And I would like to also say I'm sorry that I haven't had the chance to actually post in the past few days. Um, I've been dealing with a lot of, healing um, and mental healing from some things. One, which I'm going to say right now. Once again, I would like to definitely send my condolences and prayers and thoughts to the Whitaker family on the passing of Shakira Whitaker. Her funeral was a blessing. Um, it definitely was beautiful. Everything that needed to happen in that service happened. So continue to keep her family in prayer and, keep me in prayer as I continue to heal and go through that. She definitely will be missed by me. She was my friend um, and a very special friend to me. So I thank God for allowing her to be in my life for as long as she was. And she will truly be missed. And to my viewers and subscribers, I'm so sorry that it took me this long to actually post a video, but God knows when it needs to happen and how it needs to happen. Um, that's about it. So let's talk about this thing. Am I enough for you? Is the question and the topic for today. Um, and I chose this topic because there's so much going on right now and a lot of relationships. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it so much that what I want everyone to do if you're in a relationship, I think you need to ask your partner this for so many reasons. Um, I believe that at a certain point in time within your relationship, um, that you get comfortable. That's my belief. Everybody gets comfortable, and what we don't do is we don't communicate very well to our spouse, partner, or what have you. And that communication, when it's off, it's not a good thing at all. I think that what we do is we get wrapped up into our own feelings, our own emotions, um, our busy everyday lives, and we forget that we actually have a spouse, partner, and especially for my husbands and wives, you know, even same sex marriages. And it becomes a very toxic thing because by not recognizing it, we become selfish. That selfishness, um, it even amounts and it continues to grow. And when you don't acknowledge it, then your partner, they begin to question themselves on a lot of different uh, topics. When you don't feel like you're enough for a person, you have self-esteem issues where you want to change your appearance. Um, you may even want to change the way that you talk and your whole persona because you're trying to figure out what this person is really trying to say to you without even saying it. And that could be a bad thing as well, because if you're changing yourself for your spouse, I'm going to tell you straight up, stop it. If you're going to change yourself for yourself, then you do it for you. Because the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to resent that person. What I think that we should do a lot of the times is, instead of examining the situation and analyzing it as much as possible, we really need to go to our spouses and say, what's going on here? I really need to talk to you. Is this going to work for the next uh, 10 years? Is it going to work for the next 5? Is it going to work for the next year? I mean, even as little as the next month. And that's where that honesty needs to come in, because that's where I trust you at with my heart enough to know that if I'm trusting you with my heart and I'm expecting that you're going to tell me the truth, then that means that I love you enough and you should love me enough to tell me the truth. But that's not always the case. See, they hide because they're comfortable. They won't tell you because they're comfortable. They won't tell you because they don't want to let the relationship go all the way, but they also want to have options. That's what happens by not communicating. There's a door that is left open. That's where those options come in at. And that's when you start questioning yourself. Is this really going to work? Do this person really love me? How much do we really have to save the relationship? That in itself will make you crazy. It will make you crazy. It will put so many things in your thought pattern that you will begin to question everything and everybody around you. You could be walking down the street, and this is what, for real, this is how your mind will mess with you. You could be walking down the street, minding your own business, and it might be somebody that you think that person might like. And in your mind, you like, man, I wonder if he or she really like, you know what I mean? You better not be thinking about my woman. You thinking about my woman? You thinking about my man? And all of that is because you don't know if you are enough for that person. You really never had a chance with that person if they never expressed it to you. So your thought pattern, it changes, and then it becomes stress. That's a lot of stress that you're carrying. So how do you deal with a person like that? What do you do? Especially if that person is not communicating with you, but you want to communicate, you want to open up to that person, but they shut you out constantly. I'm going to tell you how you deal with it. Make yourself happy. Go back and look at my self-worth videos. This is where self-worth comes in at. You have to take you out of the equation of the relationship, the marriage, the same-sex marriage, all of that. Take yourself out and make yourself happy, because life is too short. You don't need to be stressed out over somebody that's not stressed out over you. Honestly. Because the whole time while you're stressing out, trying to figure out how you can make this person happy, what you can do to try to get it back to where it used to be. They are not caring about you. They're moving on. They're getting some sleep. Some of them. Because I guarantee if they really care a lot about you, if they really loved you the way they did, and there is a soul connection, then some of them can't sleep. But most of them, they moving on within their mind. They don't even have to tell you that they're moving on. They're moving on. That's what's happening. And here you are stressed out trying to figure out how you can do some things to change your image, yourself, your personality, and then you become angry within yourself. Don't do that. You deserve to be treated fairly. Especially if you're with this person for years. They know you. They know who you are already. You know me. I think I said that in one of my videos. You know me. Your spouse, they know you. That's it. Especially if you live together. If you have kids. That's a lot of years. And I'll say this, if you're the person that is doing this to your partner, then don't waste their time. Time is very precious. And we don't have a lot of it. We may think we do. We're planning for things to happen and we want to go on trips and things like that, but it may not happen that way because God can speak at any given time. And what? That's it. Hey to my sister too. But what we have to do at any cost is be honest. That's why I always like to use the concept of praying together. That's one of the biggest things. Seriously, that's one of the biggest things that you can do. If everything is in shambles, get on your knees and pray together. Now, not everybody is spiritual. Not everybody wants to do that. No, not everybody wants to do that. Everybody don't want to do that because they're not a spiritual person. If you're not spiritual, then go get that counseling together. And I'll say this too. Do I believe in counseling? No. I believe in self-counseling. I believe that you should take the time to go get the counseling done for yourself. You need to figure out how you can get out of the situation or what you can do to get over the situation or how to work it out without your spouse. Because this is about your change. This ain't about them. When you're ready, don't do it for them. Do it for yourself. But you should get the counseling for you. If they see change in you, then maybe they'll change. But don't do it for them. Self-worth is the best healing in any situation. And if we can't pray together and we unequally yoked, it ain't gonna work anyway. I'm gonna be straight up enough with y'all to tell you that. Ain't gonna work. Something ain't right. Seriously. It's not right from the gate. If we cannot acknowledge that this marriage was already ordained or this relationship was already ordained by God, then what are we doing here? Go back and look at those vows that you took. For my married people, I'm telling y'all straight up, go back and look at those vows. You didn't make those promises to just your spouse. You made them to God too. That means that everybody has a right to try to save their marriage if they want to, but you can't do it by yourself. I'm here to tell you, and I'm a living witness to that. You cannot do it by yourself. Stop fighting by yourself. Let that part go. You need to be able to fight with someone who wants to fight with you. And when that happens, take yourself out of it. Take yourself all the way out. Do something that makes you happy. Seriously. I'm here to tell you, you have to do that. Because if you don't, this is what's going to die first, your mind. Seriously. You're hurting it every day that you allow yourself to put this in your system. It festers up. You're building up all of those emotions that becomes hate, anger, aggravation, stress. Then your health is deteriorating. You're so worried that you can't even concentrate on the things that you need to concentrate on. Some of us, we have kids with these people. And then they see that. What are they supposed to think about their parents, and how are they supposed to identify their mom or their dad? And they're going through so much. Then they grow up. I'm telling y'all, it becomes a curse. They grow up and they think it's okay to do this in their marriage or relationship and stuff like that. We are leading by example even to them. That is the most important thing. So first, it's God. This is the order. Then your spouse. Then the children. In that order. If y'all ain't right, how y'all gonna have a family? Makes sense. I'm just being honest. Don't question yourself if you're enough for the person. Ask them straight up. Be straight up enough to go to them and say, is this going to work? I need to know right now. And if you feel like it's going to work, then we need to work on it. Right now. We need to work on it. Don't wait. I'm seeing a lot of relationships being hurt in this season. It's a lot of relationships suffering. And a lot of it has to do with the honesty and not being honest to one another. I think I said this in one of my old videos. I don't care if you wake up and your spouse's breath is stinking. Tell them, hey, look, go brush your teeth. Seriously. They got a little body odor when they wake up. Go take a shower. It might hurt their feelings a little bit, depending on how sensitive they are. And I know y'all probably think I'm funny right now, but it's the truth. Like, these are things that we are not honest about. And then we question ourselves constantly. What can I do to make the relationship better? You are stressing yourself out. And while you sitting there stressing yourself out, crying and not getting any sleep and thinking about them every minute of the day while they at work or while you at work, they sitting there, they doing them. That's what they doing. Let's be honest. They already started their transition of moving on. They're just not telling you. Do I think it's fair? No, it's not. It's not fair at all. But they can't be honest with you because they can't even be honest with themselves. They don't know how to love you because they don't even know how to love themselves. That's that self-worth I'm talking about. You have to get it for yourself. They already got it. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Selfishness is the first sign of self-worth. There's nothing wrong with you being a little selfish. It's the way that you do it that makes you a selfish person. But you got to love yourself. You can't love that person if you don't love yourself. I always say this, how you going to give it to somebody else if you can't give it to yourself? How? If you don't have enough to give yourself, you can't give that person. You can't give that relationship. You can't give that marriage. You can't give into that family. You just can't do it. We're losing ourselves within these relationships because we allow the person to do it. You control that. You got to understand that. You do. Motivate yourself. Go take that walk. If you feel like you got to go and just go to the mall or go to a movie by yourself, go do it. It's okay. Live life to the fullest. Don't allow anybody to control that. Honestly, I know the time, and I'm telling y'all, time is important. Do not play with my time. I tell everybody that I get into a relationship with, don't play with my time. It's valuable. If you play with my time, we ain't got nothing else to talk about because I already know how you are and I know what you're about. And there's not a lot that you can say once time is invested and it's down the drain. I'm telling you. The only one that can mend that is God Himself. Please, please do it for you. That's all I'm asking. Stop asking yourself if you're enough and make yourself enough. Don't be afraid to step out on faith. That's what it's all about. That's what belief and faith is. You got to be able to trust it. You got to be able to, first, you got to trust it. Trust that it's going to work out in your favor. Honestly, if it's happening, the first thing that I would do, because I am a spiritual believer, I want to go to my spouse and I want us to sit and I want us to pray first. We need to pray. We need to pray. We need to have prayer. Let the Holy Spirit lead that whole situation before either one of y'all open up your mouth. Because a lot of times what happens too is we speak instead of letting God speak through us. And keep in mind the anger, the tension, all of that is already built up. So if you talk right then and there without that, that spirit leading you, there may be some things that come out the wrong way. And you don't want that. So allow Him to lead you. And I tell all of my viewers and subscribers this, it may not be the same person that that I serve, but we only have one God. That's why I use God on here. I don't take it to another level and say, the other name. I don't call the other names out because I don't want to make this about a religion thing. Some people say religiosity or whatever, but I don't want to make it about a religion thing. I don't want to make it about a spiritual believer thing. No, go to God. Seek God for yourself, but you and your spouse need to do it together. Together. Sorry. You guys need to do it together. It's not a separation thing. It's a together thing. And if you're married, then you should have been equally yoked right from the gate. So you shouldn't have a problem with doing that with your spouse, especially if a minister or pastor married you. What's wrong with prayer? It worked for you to get married. It should be working for you in your marriage too. Seriously. But you have to know your self-worth because it's stressing a lot of people out and a lot of relationships are suffering right now. Honestly. Like I touch and agree with all of my brothers and sisters out there that I know, and your relationship is going through the worst at this point in time. It seems like to me, the devil is attacking, Satan is attacking, but we are allowing him to attack. We are allowing him to get his glory instead of allowing God to get his glory in it. It's happening, y'all. Judgment season is not over yet, but life is too short. Know your self-worth enough to know if you can hang, if you can stay in this. And it's okay if you got to separate yourself. It is. But I want my partners, spouses, married couples, whatever, be honest with your spouse. If it ain't working for you, don't take them through those changes. Just tell them, hey, look, this is how I'm feeling. I got somebody else. I'm seeing someone else. Oh, why take somebody through that situation where they got to spy on you? They got to look through your phone. They got to follow you. All of that. Why? We ain't got to go through all of that. Just tell me the truth. That's it. Why are we playing games? The same games we used to play when we were young, teenagers and stuff like that. Man, if you in your 30s, you in your 40s, 50s, and especially if you in your you still playing games, yo, something ain't right. Honestly, it's time to grow up. I use that term very often because it's the truth. What are we still playing these little childish games for? You be real with me and I'll be real with you. That's all. It will work better this way. It'll work out better this way. But we got to do it now because tomorrow's not promised. Honestly, it's not. So, I hope and pray for all of you out there. And I'm going to try to post again today because I haven't been on in a while, and keep this going. Whatever resonates for you, use it. If it doesn't, it's okay. You don't have to use it. I need my comments. I want y'all to comment. Let me know if these videos are being inspirational in your life. I want to hear back from you. But be blessed. Have a good day. It's going to be some good weather out there today. So get out, walk, enjoy something. Open up the door, open up the window. Enjoy that fresh air. All right? You guys be blessed. I love you, love you, love you.